Have you ever wondered if the real estate industry is in the hands of machines?
You will be assimilated.
Well, stay tuned because today we're talking about whether AI, YouTube, and real estate search portals have made real estate brokers obsolete.
Clever, android.
And we'll answer the personal question, in today's high-tech market, do you really need to hire a real estate broker to help you buy or sell a home? We'll get into it right after this. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in Northern Colorado. My name is Roger Kelley, and I'm an employing level broker with the Kelley team of Newhouse Real Estate based in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. Today we're diving into a topic that's been buzzing in the real estate world, the impact of artificial intelligence, YouTube, and the real estate search portals like Zillow and Realtor.com on the role of real estate brokers. In today's high-tech market, do you really need to hire a real estate broker to help you buy or sell a home? Is technology making, or has it already made, real estate brokers obsolete?
She is completely obsolete.
Well, the answer to those questions really depends on where you are at in your understanding of real estate. Now, don't get me wrong, AI, YouTube, and search portals like Zillow and Realtor.com are incredible tools. They've revolutionized how people search for homes, how they gather data, and they've streamlined the process of buying and selling a home. You know, in bygone years, you would have to meet a real estate broker at their office and go through physical books of pictures of houses to create a list of those you wanted to see. Quite different from today.
It's so easy.
But is being able to search online for a home all there is to the home buying and selling process? Well, let's draw a parallel with other fields to see if we can find the answer. Take plumbing, for example. You know, in bygone years, if you experienced a plumbing issue at home, you would call a plumber. But you know, today, plumbers can be quite expensive. So when you have a plumbing issue at home, if you're like most of us, you go on YouTube to troubleshoot or even look for an easy fix that you could make yourself in order to avoid calling and incurring the expense of a plumber. That can work out pretty well for a person who's somewhat handy with tools and their own fix-its. But if your plans call for major plumbing work, like plumbing in new appliances, finishing a basement, or adding an additional bathroom to the home, you'd likely still need to call in a professional plumber. Well, why? After all, isn't plumbing just connecting pipes together? Well, that's certainly part of it. But there are logical design aspects to plumbing and even legal issues like county and city building ordinances and code requirements, health and safety issues that have to be followed for things to be done legally and to work properly.
I have a question. Is this legal?
Well, typically those things are out of the scope of knowledge for a typical homeowner. Now, it's true, YouTube can help you to come up with ideas and concepts, but for anything other than simple repairs, you would likely need the knowledge, tools, and experience of a licensed plumber, especially if you're going to be spending a lot of money and time on the project. In so doing, you're looking for someone who has done projects like yours successfully time after time and will give you a good result. That's why customer reviews have become so important to help you decide on whom to hire. Well, this would apply equally to other trades and professions, such as electricians, contractors, attorneys, engineers, financial planners, CPAs, and the list really goes on. Well, similarly today, in real estate, there is much information that you can obtain from YouTube, and now more recently, artificial intelligence, that can aid you in the process of understanding certain concepts of real estate. But you know, no two real estate transactions are exactly the same, and these tools can't replace the experience and expertise of someone who buys and sells houses on a daily basis, like a licensed real estate broker. But do you really need to use the services of a real estate broker to buy or sell a home?
Maybe and maybe not.
The answer depends on your level of knowledge and your comfort level in navigating one of the largest purchases or sales of your life and in dealing with the complexities of buying or selling real estate on your own. For example, we just spoke of needing to hire a plumber for major plumbing expertise if we don't know plumbing, right? But we wouldn't expect the same plumber to have to hire the services of another plumber to work on his own house. I mean, why would they do that? A plumber already has the necessary knowledge to do his own plumbing. Now, he might hire out certain aspects that he doesn't want to do, like digging trenches and things like that, but they would likely care for the plumbing work themselves. This would also apply to the other trades and professions that we mentioned. And this same principle really applies to real estate professionals as well. If you're already a real estate broker, or if you're in the business of buying or selling your own real properties on a regular basis, you most likely have the necessary knowledge and experience to accomplish the task on your own.
Because I'm a
professional.
Likely, you wouldn't necessarily need the services of a real estate broker unless you just wanted to save yourself personal time and hire someone to handle the process for you. On the other hand, if you are buying a home for the first time, an experienced broker is a critical component that can help you through the process and keep you safe on the journey. First-time homebuyers often don't know where to start. An experienced advocate can make all of the difference in their real estate journey. Of course, many buyers and sellers are in a position where this isn't their first rodeo. Perhaps you've bought and sold several homes over your lifetime. That certainly has made you somewhat familiar with the process, but how involved really were you in each of the transactions you entered?
I didn't understand it.
If you're like most people, you were somewhat familiar with how things go, but to actually know what comes next, especially in light of the constant changes and the current legal requirement that state legislatures come up with for buying and selling real estate, can still be quite overwhelming if you're not involved with it on a daily basis. In some states, and years ago, a contract to buy and sell a home was 1 or 2 pages long. Today in Colorado, the standard purchase contract is 23 pages long, and that's in addition to the many more pages that are required in the form of disclosures, amendments, closing instructions, and supporting data from various HOAs and metro districts and the like. And that doesn't include all the papers that have to be signed at closing to complete the sale. So truly, buying and selling real estate is far more complex today than it has been in years gone by. And of course, that makes sense. There's a lot more money at stake, and the risks and the rewards are higher. Well, since most people, even those who have bought and sold multiple houses over the years, don't have a detailed knowledge of the real estate process, they would likely benefit from hiring someone who does to guide them.
I need help.
Real estate brokers are professionals who bring years of experience and judgment and training into the mix. We take great pride in our work, and we strive to be ethical and honest people who take our role as fiduciaries, that is, those who literally put your interests ahead of our own, very seriously. As real estate brokers, we work long hours behind the scenes to protect our clients and ensure their purchase or sale of the property goes smoothly and is trouble-free. In fact, you would likely be shocked at what most real estate brokers do and sacrifice behind the scenes in order to ensure the best outcome for their clients.
Are you kidding me?
And even if you are working with a newer, less experienced real estate broker, you're still benefiting from the structure of the profession, because that new broker is being overseen and guided by a managing broker who does have the necessary years and experience to make certain that all clients are properly cared for. And each respective state regulatory agency requires that all brokers must maintain a current working knowledge of changing laws and regulations through mandatory continuing education requirements, allowing them to guide you accurately and anticipate challenges that will arise during the process, making it seamless. They're also required to maintain licensing by the state and to have errors and omissions, or E&O insurance, to back up the work that they do. Well, what kinds of things will a real estate broker do for you? Well, time doesn't allow for an exhaustive list.
The list is long.
But here are at least 4 of the main ones. Number 1, they're going to help you meet the legal obligations that you are under and fill out the legal forms. But you might say, well, can't an AI fill out the legal forms? Well, perhaps, if somebody gives it the correct data in the correct format.
Computers can do that?
But just as plumbing is about more than connecting pipes, real estate is about far more than just filling out forms.
A lot more.
Real estate transactions involve a myriad of legalities, from contracts to regulations. It's a legal landscape that can be tricky to navigate. And although most brokers are not attorneys, and we do not practice law in the general sense of the word, within the limited scope of the real estate process, a broker is licensed, at least here in Colorado, to perform certain legal functions pertaining to the real estate transaction as outlined and permitted by the state of Colorado. And when the transaction requires legal guidance that is outside the scope of your real estate broker's license, they will guide you in seeking legal advice from a licensed attorney, ensuring that your transaction will comply with all the necessary legal requirements. Knowledge of when this is necessary requires experience and judgment that an artificial intelligence simply cannot duplicate.
A computer can't really do that.
The second thing that a broker can do for you is negotiation. As you know, negotiation is as much art as science, and real estate brokers spend many hours developing their skills. Whether it's securing the best purchase or sales price or navigating through multiple offers and counteroffers, their negotiating skills are honed through numerous transactions. To a computer, negotiating is all about logic and the facts, but negotiating with another human is as much about the emotional aspect as the logical. Sometimes emotions can and will overrule the facts in a person's mind.
Try to confuse me with the facts.
This makes no logical sense to a computer, but it is all a day's work for your human broker. This level of expertise is hard and perhaps impossible to fully replicate in an AI model, thus making human brokers an invaluable asset in the negotiation process that is not likely to be replaced.
Oh, thank God you're not obsolete yet.
The third thing that real estate brokers can do is they can provide personalized guidance according to the needs of the situation. As we've said before, every real estate journey is unique. Your broker will strive to understand your specific needs and preferences, and they will work to adapt those needs and preferences to your requirements. It's not just about finding or selling a house. It's about finding a home or selling a home in a way that aligns with your lifestyle, your goals, and your aspiration. And that requires human understanding, intuition, and experience.
Awesome.
The fourth thing we'll talk about today that a real estate broker can do for you is to provide emotional support. You know, buying or selling a home can be and usually is an emotional roller coaster. Real estate brokers offer more than just transaction support. They provide emotional support during a significant life transition. It's like having a trusted friend by your side throughout the process. You know, I recently had one of my clients honor me by telling me that she needed my straightforward opinion because she was relying on me as a stand-in for her father who couldn't be there. Well, you know, that kind of relationship makes us very protective of our clients. We view them as we would our own family members, and we likewise work to protect their interests as we would our own or those of our family. So in summary, while AI and search portals have revolutionized the way that we all approach searching for real estate, the role of a real estate broker remains irreplaceable for most buyers and sellers.
Assimilate this.
Remember, engaging with a real estate professional is not just about buying or selling a house. You're investing in the broker's experience, their knowledge, their judgment, their advice, their ability to keep you safe financially and legally, and their ability to create a smooth journey through one of the most significant purchases or sales of your life.
Wow, that's a lot.
So what do you think? Do you agree with what I've outlined, or do you have a different take on it? Well, put your answers in the comments below because we'd love to see what you think. And if you would like to visit with us about how we can help make buying or selling a home in Northern Colorado a reality for you, please don't hesitate to reach out to us by phone, text, or email. Our contact information is in the description below. Thanks for joining us today on Living in Northern Colorado. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos about buying and selling real estate. Until we meet again, make it a great day.